Hey, what's up everyone, it's Mark. In this episode today, I'm going to show you my Bonafide SS127 and how I have it rigged out for 2022. Let's go.
You have to see this. Alright, so let's start off with the boat, and we'll start up at the front. I'm running the Motor Guide XI3 here, and I have it wired like this. So I'm doing the through haul cable pull mechanism. So between this here and this over here, I have a way to deploy that. I can just pull on this and kick that handle down up. So when you're on the water, it'll lock up here. So I have that going on. I also put this enclosure here, so if you guys have seen my videos, you know, this kayak overall has been an evolution, right? So I put this on here just as a way to like kind of protect it from snags. Covers that boot, so it's using the traditional plug here. One of the things that's kind of cool about my motor guide that you don't see in most of these videos is that I do have it rigged on the Namiya network. So I have this motor guide, I have this Lowrance GPS unit, all tied into the Namiya network on my fish finder. So the beauty of that is that I can point on the map and navigate everything. And this GPS puck has a heading in it, so it always knows like what way you're facing. As if you don't have this, you kind of spin around in a circle on your graph, and it really just dictates your heading by what direction you're moving in at that time. So there's that. Going into the hatch here, I do all my wiring through here. I cut a hole in there. It's just a little weird hanging that up. Okay. So I did add like some extra sealing in here. When we fish out on the upper bay, sometimes we take rollers, and you know, that just kind of keeps it a little bit more tight. So that was something also I did. Underneath this liner, this is where I do most of my rigging. Let me just move this out of the way. So I have my Namiya network right here. And I kind of did these holes throughout here to tie it down. I did the bungee cord pullback to keep tension on that line. So when I pull it, it has a little bit of give, and then it activates. And then just wrapping that around here kind of pulls back both sides. Looking inside here, I use a 20 amp hour. This is what powers my fish finder and like my USBs and different stuff throughout. And I run a 100 amp hour battery for the motor guide, so just figured I'd show that. All right, let me put that back. Good. All right, so like in the main console area of the SS127, so I made this little front dash here. This has like a dual port USB. It also has a multimeter, kind of keep track of voltage and stuff. I'm using the Hobie through haul kit, so I have the fish finder power here, and then I also have the Namiya network coming through. Then I put these together. One of the things about the Namiya network is that the motor guide and the fish finder have to be up and fully like initialized before you can connect the networking. So that has to be on a toggle switch. So this is the switch that would do that to turn on the data. So have that there. As far as my tripod goes, it's kind of a basic. You always kind of see this with most SS127. So I'm gonna open it before I go into there. But on the top here, I'm using the Lowrance fish mount, and I got a Lowrance HDSLive here with a Burley Pro visor. Very nice unit. I love it. It's got a higher definition than the Elite FS, and it's their high end. The Elite FS has came out a little bit newer, similar around the same price point, does have the same capabilities, but this is a higher resolution screen, so that does kind of matter. Okay, so my fish finder here, I used to keep a 10 amp hour in here, and I did a dual port USB at the time. I just left it in there. I'm not doing anything with the battery with that. This is a Yak Attack cup holder, and then I got the One Objective accessory thing so I kind of leave this as you know, my area for pliers and scissors. Spent lures I just throw in here as well. One of the things I did add this year was this side kick mount here. So on days where I'm graphing, you know, it's a little bit of a pain to kind of reach up and touch that graph. So what I do is I move it here, and it puts a fingertip weight access for me from the seat, so it's a little bit closer, and then it allows me to like still like roll cast and stuff on the right side without any kind of issues there. So that's one of the things that I did this off season. It's not like necessarily a mod per se, but so let me flip in here. This is where I keep like my access transducer cable and just some stuff, but both of these are the mighty mounts here. So I was getting into a thing where I was moving the fish finder front and back, so I just did that, but I decided to go with this new side mount thing that GT put out. Keep extra line in here, some rigs, keep a scale, keep an extra 20 tag in there, so that kind of covers that. Transducers on the bottom of this. I had a buddy of mine do a 3D print. There's a print online for this HDPE spacer, and it works perfect with the side scan mount of the total structure scan that Lowrance has. So that's what I use for that, and it's been great. I also added like another liner here just to kind of keep it a little bit more of a water seal. Sometimes when I'm running the motor, I'm kind of a big guy too, so my kayak sits low, and water would come in that way. I normally just use scupper plugs though to kind of just keep it a little more buoyant. Not much here, drawer. I do this net. I took all my stuff out to kind of clean it. So yeah, I normally keep like my accessories in here and then just kind of break them down. I put like Velcro on them, so I keep like scents, dyes, like a Sharpie, and some super glue for like Nico rigs or nail weights, and I normally just attach them right here. So that's a good little mod that I've done. I also did this rack thing here, so when I gotta lay down my rods, like if I'm going underneath a bridge or you know, I'm coming in just kind of packing down, I can lay them down here, and then they fit nicely across here, and I can still leverage that channel as well. Moving on, I have this tether here for a catch board. I actually took this off and just tightened it, and then reapplied it down there, and that's just a way for me to keep my catch board tether there, and when I go fishing I just attach that. So I did add these rails here, you know, perch pads. I'm a big guy. I do stand up, but I would never stand up on these, even though it would technically make me a little bit higher. It's just not my style. So I added this rail here, and I just keep a tie down, so like when I launch off the trailer and can tie up to a cleat on a dock, I do that. And then I keep this cup holder here, and I actually use this for like liquids and stuff, as I use the front one for like spent baits. All right, moving on. One of the mods I did a couple years ago was the Boondocks landing gear. So what I did was I installed a 5-inch hatch down here. Let me see if I can get in there. So I installed a 5-inch hatch so I could get in here, and what I did was there's a block in here that's about the size of this cutout. It's ginormous, and between that and then these here, that gives it the support that it needs. So if I'm not launching off the trailer, I will attach the landing gears. I got them in the down position here for the video. Just a good way to get out on the water, not deal with any drama of a cart. So I would recommend that. Basic crate here. I got two rod holders in the front, 2 in the back, and 3 on the side. I specifically like to keep my net here. You know, shout out to the Fluke Master on this one. He put me on with this net. I was using a Bass Pro one, and I've lost it like 2 times in the river. So I went for this one. I like how it works, and it's got a big deep net. This is the one that's 12 by 20, which I like because it's not so wide. If you get the other one, it'll be wide. It takes up a lot of area. This one's perfect. And then that way it doesn't mess with my other rod holders. I did do the new canoe hinge locks on these, and yeah, you got to make sure that that's at a certain angle. So I did that just so it's quiet. I know the new Yak blackpak crate just has been announced and coming out. That solved that issue as well. So we got that there. I do run 2 GoPros most of the time when I fish. I run this one on the Yak Attack boomstick. I took the camera down, but you guys get the idea. And I normally run one on my chest mount, so have that. Over on this side, I got a couple different things going on. So this is a Yak Gadget, kind of like rod holder and then paddle holder. So it's a nice little track. I like it on the left side because it doesn't mess around with like roll cast when you're in your seat. And yeah, it's worked really good for me. I've never had any issues with it. And I would definitely recommend that if you got a motor and still want to keep a paddle nearby, and that kind of stuff. So that's been a good one there. I normally keep the 2 rods in there as well, and you know, as I'm fishing, I got them right there, whatever I think they might be biting on. Okay, so moving down, this is my battery box. So this is a Minn Kota battery box here. I did a couple mods to it. So one is I use no-code chargers, and they have a different like adapter tips in their lineup. So I use an SAE. It's the same as like the Yak power connectors. So I did this, and then I have it wired directly to the terminal. So I can just pull this out and then just plug in that cable, and you know, I'm off and charging. I also added a dual port USB here. You know, this gives you a couple good features with this as well. It gives you a digital multimeter, as this box does have one there. It's got a 60 amp and a 10 amp breaker here, so you have your breaker needs for your power. But yeah, this one gives you an actual multimeter, and it has the USB 3 quick charge stuff that, you know, your Samsung phones and iPhones would all use. Another good thing about this box is you know, it has these cigarette adapters. You know, if you're camping or, you know, or something, you know, there's always something that can plug in that leverages and taps 12 volt. So it's a good box all around. It'll power the motor guide all day in a tournament, and you could probably run it you know, many miles. I've never actually got the battery down past 60%. I'm doing a 100 amp hour lithium expert power. It's a good value brand. They're on Amazon. Price is good. Their direct website sometimes is actually cheaper than Amazon, so I would recommend that as well. Back here I keep a just a quick latch here. I put one of these on my Visipole. I forgot to set it up for the video. A couple things here is I'm using that donkey leash for whenever I get, you know, like a nice bass and just want to put it in the water. Worried about stressing it out. I use this. It's been great. I've put my PB on it. It's got a real little like little clip in their mouth, but it does the job. You know, it really does. Can't say enough good stuff about it. So shout out to them guys, because they make a good little leash here. And I just keep a clip back here, and you know, whenever I need it, got it. Throw them on the side. In the water, you're good to go. Just trying to think. Sometimes when I travel, I'll put the seat down. I use this like little easy tie thing just to hold it down so the seat's not flapping. But yeah, that's just a quick little overview of my kayak here. If you guys have any questions about any of the rigging, you know, feel free to just comment below on the channel. And if you guys are new and you guys like what I did here, definitely give me a like and a subscribe. At some point I would like to get to 100 subscribers and you know, officially have like a YouTube link that's not all jumbled out. So there you go guys, that's my SS127, and thanks for watching.